Good morning, friends. Today we will try to understand intro of business management and elements of law. When we talk about business management, there are two words. One is business, second one, the another one is management. Business refers to any commercial activity carried out with some specific goal or purpose. It may be a manufacturing, it may be a production, it may be a trading activity. So, doing some trading wherein purchase and sales is involved with an object of profit, with an object of increasing market, expanding market, with the object of introducing another product, diversifying the market, or diverting ourselves from one range of product to another range of the product, and so on. So, for business, there are various things which are involved. It is not limited to sale and purchase transaction, but business do require assistance, help and support of allied other activities also, which consist many things like banking, insurance, warehousing, transport, communication, etc. So, to complete one business transaction, there is a need to have minimum two parties, one is buyer and one is a seller or manufacturer or a producer, and in the second component all allied services which are essential to complete that transaction. As I mentioned, right from banking, insurance, transport, so on. When we talk about the business, naturally business calls for an activity which involves various inputs and factors. Plant is there, machinery is there, raw material is there, human resources are there. So, you have to plan activity, you have to execute the activity, and then you have to manufacture a product or you have to build a service. And this all activities which are related to one particular product or service needs a coverage of different functions of management. When we talk about business management, it refers to managing business activities properly as per the plan, as per the requirement of existing current situation, considering the future aims, goals and objectives of organization. And every business do require support of management. There are various functions of management which are related. So, this is all about business management. Similarly, for business, there are various rules, regulations, acts which need to be implemented, which need to be honored, and all businesses are required to function, required to operate within a legal framework. And when we use the legal framework, in a country like India, there are various laws. To mention few, Company Act is there, Partnership Act is there, Minimum Wages Act is there, Workmen Compensation Act is there, Union Act is there, Negotiable Instrument Act is there, and many more. So, every legal business activity is required to perform or operate within the legal framework, which is decided by the country, which is approved by the highest authority of the country. So, businesses cannot be separated from legal frameworks. Businesses cannot be separated from the elements of law. So, while organizing the production activity, while operating the business activities, manufacturers, directors, managers, administrative staff of the company or organization is required to honor the legal provisions which are applicable to their business, which are applicable to their operations. So, these two subjects, business management and elements of law, goes hand in hand when we wish to study the commerce faculty. In commerce faculty, business management and elements of law are equally important subjects which need to be studied, which need to be understood, so that you can apply them in practice when you will go for a job or when you will start your own small venture or business activity. While dealing with the business management being a subject, an important subject of commerce faculty, we must understand the different dimensions of business. There are two words which need to be seen. One is business and second word is management. When we talk about business, business deals with various factors. We call them as M factor. The first factor is money, material, means, market, and so on. Basically, it is related to trade or related to commerce. When we say trade, it is an activity in terms of accounting. We call it as transaction. Transaction is related to purchase or it is related to sale. To complete this one, there are two basically stakeholders. One is buyer, we call them as purchaser, or second is a producer, we call them as a seller, even we call them as a distributor. When we talk about this trade or any transaction, naturally it consists various factors, and when we use this factor, naturally business deals with trade as well as aid to trade. Two things are important: trade and wherein different services, different components comes into picture, like bank, insurance, transport, communication, and so on. Now, when this all comes together for specific objective, the objective of a business, objectives of business, primary objective is profit. But this profit may not be an always objective of each organization. There might be some other objectives also depending upon the life of organization, the stage of business. In primary stage, profit will be definitely. Once organization become more mature, more senior, more experienced, they may compromise profit with other objectives too. For example, their objective may be to increase the goodwill or image, or you can call it brand. Objective may be diversification. Objective may be expansion. Objective may be automation. So, to suit the objectives, organization undertakes trading activity, business activity. Now, the question is, when they wish to do this, they have to apply management. They have to apply management for all. Now, why management is required? To perform the function of business, to ensure that business activity will be carried out effectively, efficiently during a stipulated time period, management is required. And what management stands? Management stands for this small catchword, POTS crop. What it refers? It refers to planning. First P, planning. Second is O, organization. Third is direction. Next one is S, scheduling. CO, cube, CO 3 times. It stands for coordination, cooperation, communication. Three times CO. R stands for reporting. And B stands for budgeting. So, when we talk about business management, business is an activity which is carried out with an object of profit or any other object, wherein different parties are involved. There are buyers, there are sellers or producers. They complete the production process with the help of allied activities or allied services, which are popularly known as aid to trade. So, banks are there to finance, insurance companies are there to undertake the risk, transport companies are there to bring the raw material, transport companies are there to ensure that your product will be brought to the market and distributed to them, and then so many activities are there which are involved. So, these all activities are clubbed together and then the product or service is brought into the market. Now, the question is, when so many peoples are involved, so many factors are involved, there is a need to use each factor economically, effectively, optimally, so that the purpose will be achieved. For that purpose, there is a need to have management, and management stands for planning. You have to plan properly, plan your work and work out your plan. So, planning is important. Without planning, you will not be able to do anything. You have to plan properly. You have to purchase the land, then you have to consult the architect, then construct the plant, then bring the machineries, install the machineries, then bring raw material, appoint required staff, and then actual production process will start. So, every time there will be a need to have planning, so that your activities will be arranged in a sequential manner. So, planning is important. Second is organization. You have to organize different factors of production, all M factors, man, material, money, you have to organize. So, organization skill is also equally important. Then direction, you have to provide direction, you have to provide a guideline, you have to give a job description, job profile to everybody one. So, which job will be carried out by whom? Who will be responsible? Who will be accountable? How delegation of authority and responsibility will be there? Then there will be a scheduling, timelines, timetables will be prepared. What time the land will be purchased, what time the construction will be completed, within how much time the plants will be installed or machineries will be installed, how much time will be required to bring the raw material, what will be time requirement for the production process, when the product will be brought into the market, how much time it will take to convince the customer to make an awareness about your product, and so on. So, schedules will be required. Then there is a need to coordinate all the activities, there is a need to have cooperation within all departments, and there is a need to have communication. Without communication there will be no coordination, cooperation will not be possible, organization will not be possible. The communication channel may be different, top to bottom, bottom to top, or multi-layer, depending upon the nature of organization. And once all this is completed, there will be a need to report it properly to appropriate authorities, and this all you have to carry out within the stipulated budgets. So, budgets are equally important. All other things can be managed, but money cannot be managed. Money, every single pie is equally important in a business. So, business is requiring this one. So, this is all about business management. When we talk about business management, naturally this business is operated within the legal framework, and this legal framework consists lot of laws, rules. So, there will be laws, there will be acts, there will be rules, there will be regulations, and many more things which will come from top authority, appropriate authority, maybe state government, maybe central government, maybe international, depending upon the nature of your organization. As I quoted, there will be different laws which will come under this one. Say there will be first law which will be there, which if it is your company, then there will be a company act which will be there. If it is a partnership firm, then there will be a partnership act. If it is cooperative, then there will be a cooperative society registration, and so on. Now, related to this, there will be other acts also which will be applicable to you, and other acts will be related to your working, your functioning, your operations which you are carrying out. So, operations will be, say there will be a minimum wages act. Minimum wages act, and like this there are many number of acts which will be applicable to you. Now within this legal framework, you will require to operate your organization, and you have to ensure that you are abiding by all laws, you are honoring all rules, regulations, provisions, you are not involved in any illegal activity, you are doing a business within the legal framework, so that you will not face any challenges and possibly your time will not be consumed in court matters. So legal framework is equally important, and then legal framework is related to your business. When we talk about business, in business there are many things which are related to business. In business, owners are there. If a partnership firm, 2 partners. If company, then board of directors, managing directors, shareholders, bankers, loan providers, debenture holders, and all will come. So owners will consist many things. Another important factor will be your staff members, employees, your workers, your staff members. Related to them, there will be lot of rules and regulations which are applicable to you. Another important factors will be your customers. Related to customers, Customers Protection Act, RTI, and many more things are applicable. And then to do this business, there will be lot of other allied services which will be available to your business. Say bank will be there, say insurance will be there. So you must know what is insurance, what are the rules, regulations about the insurance, on which items we can complete the insurance, on which item we will not be able to cover the insurance. If bank is giving the loan, for what purpose bank is giving the loan, what will be the rate of interest, what will be the period of loan, what will be amount of the principal, what will be guarantee which is required, and so on. What are the schemes which are available by the government of India and government of Maharashtra, and so on. So this legal framework you must know. Once this is known to you, then doing a business will be at ease. Doing the business will be at ease, and you will be able to perform nicely. So when we talk about business management, it is a management of business which you have to do sincerely, and which you have to do effectively too. And to manage this business, you must have a knowledge of management, right from planning, organizing to reporting, so that your business will do. When these business activities are carried out, you have to ensure that you are honoring all provisions of law, because provisions of law are equally important for you, so that you will not involve any illegal activities or any disputes which possibly may long last in court of law. So in order to save that time, in order to do a business legally, there is a need to have 2 important things. One is the knowledge of management, and another thing is knowledge and skill of application of legal provisions. So from this point of view, these subjects are introduced for you, that is business management and elements of law. I will request all of you to ensure that you will look into these chapters in detail, and whenever you will buy the product or you will buy the services from this angle only. When you are purchasing any medicine, there are rules and regulations. You get the invoice, you know what is the price and you know what is the GST. When you purchase a small pocket of the confectionery or biscuits, you know everything is written on the package of the biscuits, that what will be the price, who is manufacturing, who is marketing, what is the price available, and so on. If there are some statutory instructions, they are already written on them. You buy the medicines, then expiry date is there. So these are all legal points which need to be done. You must know that what is the cost of the production, and possibly what is the rate of income. When you are doing a business, you will earn a profit. If you are a proprietor, then what profit percentage is there. You must know how much tax liability is there, tax related to income tax and tax related to other matters also you must know. So every business activity is surrounded by various laws. So being a student of the commerce, you must know which laws are applicable to us, which laws are applicable on purchases, which laws are applicable on sales, and what is its impact and what is the consequence of the on your activity, on your trading activity, then it becomes easy. So, whenever you will buy anything from the market, maybe a mobile, maybe a biscuit pack, or maybe any stationery, you please verify that which law is applicable to this, what is the percentage of the GST, whether it is exempted from the GST, and whether he is deducting GST or not deducting, that all needs to be understood. When you are paying the fees also to a private classes, now private class wala also is charging the additional taxes to you. When you are a student of the college, and whatever additional facilities are provided to the college to their own student, there it does not attract any GST. So, these are the things which need to be understood. So, for a businessman, when he is doing a business, he must have minimum knowledge. I do not say expertise knowledge, but minimum knowledge. He must be aware about which laws are applicable to me, and then what are the provisions which I have to honor, so that it becomes easy for him to deal. Suppose you are employing the staff members, and then staff members are working with you. So, what is the minimum hours of working? What is an additional payment which you have to pay for additional work which they are carrying out? What is an rate for that? How much bonus you have to give them? How much minimum wages you have to give? Suppose your worker caught an accident within the company, then what is an compensation which you will require to pay? So, Workmen's Compensation Act, there are provisions, and then everything is specified properly. So, related to workers there are various laws, related to company there are various laws, related to land which you are purchasing there are various laws, related to machinery which you are purchasing there are various laws, related to customers also there are various laws, because customers also have some rights. Rights of customers are important. Contract Act is there, Negotiable Instrument Act is there, sale deeds are there, you have to sign different MOUs, Memorandum of Understanding. So, what are the consequences of all legal provisions on your transaction, whether it is purchasing transaction or selling transaction, that need to be known to you. And when you will do this, naturally you have an added advantage over others who are appearing for an interview. For commerce student, this is the benefit, because commerce student knows many things, and that is an advantage. So, with these words, I express my sincere thanks for all of you for your patience learning, and my humble request will be learn this subject, mug this subject, experience this subject, and experiment these subjects also. Whenever there will be a vacation, please work with some organization, and in every vacation please ensure that you will work with different organization. One vacation you will work with the lawyers, another vacation you will work with chartered accountants, another vacation you will work with the company secretary. Remaining 3, suppose you are a graduate student, then remaining 3 vacations you will work with the small scale company, you will work with the banking. So, in 6 vacation which you will get in 3 years, or 4 vacation which you will get in 2 years of PG MCom, you work with somebody else. That will add you not only knowledge, but that will help you to understand different dimensions of these subjects. Thank you very much.